Anxiety, often perceived as a crippling force, was, for Danish philosopher Soren Kierkegaard, a gateway to greatness. In his existential exploration, he argued that anxiety is not merely a symptom of fear or uncertainty, but a fundamental condition of human potential. It is the tension between what we are and what we could become. Unlike despair, which paralyzes, anxiety propels individuals towards self-realization. Kierkegaard saw it as the dizziness of freedom, the unsettling realization that we are free to shape our own destinies. This unease forces us to confront our limitations, question our existence, and strive toward a higher state of being. From artists to revolutionaries, history reveals that those who embraced their anxiety transformed it into a catalyst for creativity, courage, and self-actualization. In this exploration, we dive into Kierkegaard's profound philosophy on anxiety, revealing how it leads not to paralysis, but to greatness. Why anxiety is the key to unlocking your true potential. In 1844, Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard introduced the idea that anxiety is not a weakness, but a necessary step toward greatness. Fast forward to modern times, and history proves him right. Take Elon Musk, the visionary behind Tesla and SpaceX. He has openly admitted to battling anxiety while taking risks that shaped the future. Similarly, in 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. stood before the world, his voice shaking, yet he transformed anxiety into the historic "I have a dream" speech. Anxiety arises when we stand at the edge of possibility, when we fear failure but sense greatness within us. Instead of avoiding it, Kierkegaard urged us to embrace it, for it signals growth. Michael Jordan, driven by anxiety after being cut from his high school team, became the greatest basketball player of all time. Anxiety is not a roadblock. It's a signal that you are on the verge of something extraordinary. Embrace it. Greatness awaits. The hidden link between anxiety and personal greatness. In 1933, Franklin D. Roosevelt stood before a nation gripped by economic collapse and famously declared, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." His words captured what Soren Kierkegaard had theorized nearly a century earlier. Anxiety is not an enemy, but a teacher. Consider Oprah Winfrey, who faced overwhelming anxiety after being fired from her first TV job. Instead of surrendering, she transformed fear into resilience, ultimately building a media empire. Steve Jobs, too, encountered anxiety when he was ousted from Apple in 1985. Yet, his return in 1997 marked a revolution in technology. Kierkegaard argued that anxiety is the space between what we are and what we could become, a space where true greatness is forged. Those who lean into uncertainty rather than retreat unlock potential beyond their imagination. Whether in politics, media, or technology, history proves that anxiety is the bridge to extraordinary achievement. How anxiety forces you to grow. Kierkegaard's profound insight. In 1850, Soren Kierkegaard wrote, "Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom, recognizing that it is the awareness of our unlimited choices that triggers fear." This profound insight continues to resonate today. Take J.K. Rowling, who faced anxiety about her writing career before publishing the Harry Potter series. Despite numerous rejections, her willingness to face the anxiety of failure propelled her into literary history. Nelson Mandela, too, endured immense anxiety during his 27 years of imprisonment. Yet, it was in these moments of deep uncertainty that he grew, developing the resolve to lead South Africa toward reconciliation. Kierkegaard saw anxiety as the necessary catalyst for personal evolution. It forces us to confront our limitations and push through them. In embracing anxiety, we embrace the journey towards self-actualization, realizing that the discomfort of uncertainty is what prepares us to achieve our highest potential. Dizziness of freedom. Why anxiety means you're on the right path. In 1844, Soren Kierkegaard introduced the concept of the dizziness of freedom, the unsettling feeling that arises when we face the boundless possibilities of life. This anxiety is not a sign of weakness but of growth. Consider Maya Angelou, who faced severe self-doubt and anxiety early in her writing career. But instead of shrinking from it, she embraced her freedom to create and ultimately became one of America's most beloved writers. Similarly, Jeff Bezos experienced significant anxiety when launching Amazon in 1994, unsure whether it would succeed. But in confronting the unknown, he tapped into the vast potential that lay before him. Kierkegaard's philosophy teaches that when we feel the weight of anxiety, we are standing at the precipice of possibility. It is this very discomfort that drives us to make bold decisions and take the risks that lead to transformation. Anxiety isn't a barrier. It's the signal that you are on the right path toward greatness. From fear to power, transforming anxiety into strength. In 1933, amidst the global turmoil of the Great Depression, Franklin D. Roosevelt faced the tremendous anxiety of leading a nation out of economic despair. Yet, he transformed his fear into strength, using his powerful speeches to inspire hope and courage. This mirrors Soren Kierkegaard's idea that anxiety can be a source of strength if we harness it correctly. Oprah Winfrey faced constant anxiety about her career and self-worth, especially early in her life. However, she turned her struggles into a driving force for success. Her anxiety didn't paralyze her. It propelled her to become one of the world's most influential women. Similarly, Walt Disney used his fear of failure to fuel his creativity, ultimately creating a global entertainment empire. According to Kierkegaard, anxiety reveals our deepest desires and fears, but if we embrace it, it transforms into the power that drives us toward greatness. Fear and anxiety aren't obstacles. They are tools that, when properly channeled, can lead us to unimaginable achievements. Why the greatest minds in history embraced anxiety. Anxiety has often been a constant companion for some of history's most remarkable figures. Albert Einstein, the mind behind the theory of relativity, struggled with profound anxiety throughout his life. In his personal letters, he spoke about the overwhelming tension of his creative process. Yet, it was this very discomfort that led to his groundbreaking discoveries, reshaping the way we understand the universe. Similarly, Abraham Lincoln faced intense anxiety during the American Civil War, especially as he navigated the moral and political complexities of slavery. His leadership, born from deep internal struggle, ultimately preserved the Union and led to the abolition of slavery. According to Søren Kierkegaard, the tension between what we fear and what we hope for is the birthplace of greatness. When these figures embraced their anxiety, rather than being defeated by it, they harnessed it to achieve monumental successes that changed the world. Greatness, it seems, is often born from anxiety, the ultimate guide to using anxiety as a tool for success. In 1866, Søren Kierkegaard boldly declared that anxiety is not something to avoid, but to embrace. His philosophy suggested that anxiety, when understood, can propel us to unimaginable heights. Take Bill Gates, for example. Despite his early struggles with anxiety, he turned his fears into the driving force behind Microsoft's rise to global dominance. Gates often spoke about how the uncertainty of the tech industry pushed him to innovate and adapt. Similarly, Beyoncé has openly discussed her experiences with anxiety, especially during the launch of her solo career. However, instead of allowing fear to undermine her confidence, she used it to fuel her artistry, ultimately becoming a cultural icon. According to Kierkegaard, anxiety is a tool, a necessary discomfort that reveals where we need to grow. By facing it head-on, we learn to push past our limits and achieve success. The key is not to see anxiety as a barrier, but as a motivator that drives us toward greatness. Embrace it and watch your potential unfold. Anxiety, once seen as a hindrance, is in fact a powerful force that drives personal growth and greatness. As Soren Kierkegaard taught us, it is the tension between what we fear and what we desire that pushes us to achieve extraordinary things. From Einstein to Oprah, history shows that those who embraced their anxiety didn't just survive, it propelled them toward their greatest successes. So, the next time anxiety creeps in, remember that it is not an obstacle, but a signal that you are on the verge of something remarkable. Embrace it, harness it, and transform it into the fuel for your own journey toward greatness.